umaga. Mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee and I'm looking around. I usually have my Copico Blanca packet here, but we did kind of move around the table last night because this is where we had our Noche Buena, last night. We had our pretty much I think we started around 7:30, 8 p.m. We did karaoke all the way to like 11:30. Then we finally cut it off, and then we sat around here, and then we ate our Noche Buena last night at midnight. So first, I want to greet everybody. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! It's Christmas here in the Philippines already. I know in the U.S. it's still Christmas Eve, but Merry Christmas to everyone. All right, let me start with I always do the weather. And right now here in the Philippines, we do not have any typhoon, no storms or anything like that. And we're only 6 more days left here in December. So hopefully we are done with all the typhoons. It's been wet the past couple of days though. We've been getting rain because here in the Philippines, you really get rain here from July to December. That is the wet season here. The dry season really starts January to June. That's going to be so after we have New Year's here, more dry weather for the next 6 months. It'll start getting hot. It'll start getting hot and sunny here in the Philippines. Right now, like on the Pag-asa is the weather channel, I guess weather government agency here. It says here, Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Apayao, Bicol region, Northern Samar, Metro Manila, and the rest of the country. Pretty much anywhere you are in the Philippines, it says partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. And this morning I'm looking outside. The streets are wet, but so it must have rained last night, but I was out because we stayed up. Midnight is like very late for me to go to bed. I'm not used to sleeping at midnight, but I didn't wake up at 4:30. I woke up about 6:10, I think. I start looking on my phone. I actually start communicating with my good friend Fortune. Fortune and I were chatting this morning. Oh, Totoy. I was like, what's making that noise? Totoy is making noise with her tail. She's like hitting her tail on the wooden stairs that we got. So me and him, we were just talking. I told Fortune I had a lot of queso de bola. I had a lot of queso de bola last night. Dazzle too. I'm surprised actually because Dazzle's not a big fan of cheese. I was surprised she liked the queso de bola. Liana, man, she loves cheese. She was eating cheese, but we had a great time. We sang karaoke. For some of you, you might have seen the karaoke last night. And thank you for the people that gave super thanks, gave us Christmas present. Lowell actually, he sent us money, so he said go to the Rib Shack. Go to the Rib Shack. So we will do that. Lowell, when maybe not today, but for sure when probably tomorrow or the next day we will use that money you sent us and eat at the Rib Shack. Because today, Dazzle and I, we're gonna be headed to Rojas City today. Kat from That Philippines Life, Michael and Kat and Laura. Kat is really good friends with Dazzle, and they're throwing a party at their house this afternoon. So we're gonna go to a kids party at their house. So we're gonna go there and celebrate with them. And we always like seeing them, of course. And Dazzle and Lara, they have like a special connection. That's like. She's the special tita. Dazzle's the special aunt. Michael C. Hey, Michael C. My good friend in Trece Martires. Good morning, Michael C. Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas. Appreciate all the shared experiences this year, Michael. Meeting you and Rose in Boracay, one of the highlights for Dazzle and I. It's always fun when you meet great people, good people. Can't wait to hang out with you again. I know you guys are headed back to Boracay, Astoria, right? I think Astoria is the they won a raffle. They won a Christmas party raffle. Michael and Rose, and they're gonna be headed to Boracay, I think, in February. So we'll see them again. Can't wait. Can't wait to see you guys again, man. He Sam, hello, He Sam. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. He Sam. Hey Derek, aloha, my brother in Hawaii. Merry Christmas, Derek. I did, man. You know, another extra hour, 30 minutes. You know, it's like, 6 a.m. is sleeping in for me, man. But yesterday I was prepared. Yesterday, after lunch yesterday, I took like a 3-hour nap because I knew if I start doing karaoke like at 8, I know I'm not gonna last, you know. So I did take a long nap yesterday afternoon, so I was rested. And we weren't the only one doing karaoke last night, so that's why we were able. Usually 10 p.m. is like the limit in our neighborhood here, but we had the door open, we had the window open. We could hear Christmas music. We were hearing karaoke for most of our neighbors, you know. So not a big deal to do karaoke last night and stay up. And it's gonna be the same for New Year's here. We'll do the same thing. I think we had so much fun last night. We'll do it again on New Year's Eve because New Year's Eve here is like same thing. People do karaoke till midnight and fireworks, lots of fireworks. I'm actually hearing fireworks this morning, this early at 7. There's, you know, sporadic, you know, it's not like continuous fireworks, but I guess people are buying their fireworks already on the main road here. On the National Highway in Numancia every year. This is every year near the Toyota dealership. There's an area there like a land that's empty. They put up stalls there, like bamboo stalls, and I would say at least 30 fireworks vendors in there. So lots of people are buying their fireworks already, and they can't wait. You know, that's the thing here in the Philippines. They'll buy it for New Year's, but if they start buying today, like Christmas Day, they're gonna be running out by 1 or 2 days because they can't hold themselves. They want to, like, you know, it's just Filipinos just like fireworks this time of year. Very festive. You know, it's part of the celebration here. All the fireworks. And they're all legal here. There's no illegal fireworks here, man. Here in the province, like I've mentioned before, this is the wild west here. You know, you can make your own fireworks here. You can even make a bamboo cannon if you want. I've seen bamboo cannons here where, you know, they'll put something inside the bamboo cannon, light it up with a long, you know, with a fire stick, and then like a cannon, it blows up like a cannon. But you know, wild west here in the province of Aklan. I don't think there's anything illegal here when it comes to like fireworks or making your own fireworks here. Bizwax, all right, Mark. Hello, good morning, my friend in Davao, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, my brother. I'm glad we finally got to talk video chat the other day, man. Now I can put a picture, you know, like I know you now. Now I know one of these days I'll meet you in person. I'm sure you'll make it to Boracay or make it here to Panay Island. HD, hey HD. Merry Christmas, HD. Pinay, heart at home. Merry Christmas from Oceanside, California. Oceanside. Man, I remember Oceanside. Wow, one of the nice beaches in Southern California. Merry Christmas, Pinay. Sweet Caroline. I know Sweet Caroline. I sang that last night, man. Somebody, I don't know if it was, I think it was Ron, Captain Ron, I think Captain Ron is the one that requested Sweet Caroline. Queso de bola, cheese ball. I know, man. It's a round. We ate a good part of it. There's still a little bit left of the queso de bola, but it was delicious. I've never had that brand. Fortune was telling me about Marca Pina, Marca Pato. Next time I'm gonna look for that for sure. But that brand that we got was Danes, Danes. I'm sure it's imported. It's like I'm sure it's made. But it was delicious. I really enjoyed, and we still have a little bit left. So I'm sure we're gonna be eating queso de bola this morning. Good morning, Kuya Gino. Hey, J-Boy, good morning. Merry Christmas, J-Boy. We had fun last night. It was fun. We were laughing. We were giving Leanne a hard time because she was getting tired. She actually took a nap a little bit during the karaoke, and then she was getting her iPad and she was walking up the stairs and she tripped. During the live stream, we were like laughing so hard. Merry Christmas, J-Boy. Merry Christmas, friends. Graham, is there any... I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't want to say it because I don't know if it's a bad word or anything. I don't know what that is. And so that's a new term for me. That's a new... Reynaldo de la Paz. Hey, Reynaldo. Long time, brother. Long time. I haven't... hope you're having a Merry Christmas with your family in the U.S. And my man. All right. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Jacksonville, Florida. All right. Hanging out with our son. All right. I was thinking when you said Jacksonville, Florida, I was thinking, I don't think he's from Jacksonville, Florida, but now I get it. You're hanging out with your son. All right. Enjoy, Ray. That's awesome, man. Merry Christmas, Gino, fam, and the Panay Posse Fortune. Merry Christmas. And I know you're going to enjoy your Christmas Day, Fortune. He already gave me an idea of his lineup. He's got a piano and a concert to attend, part of his Christmas celebration. Anytime you're with family on Christmas Day, anytime you're with family and friends, to me, that's what Christmas is all about, man. Merry Christmas, Fortune. Good AM, Michael C. Derek, HD. PAH. HD. Dynamite. Legal fireworks. Legal. And pretty much, man. I know here, man. I remember even growing up here, HD. As kids, we would there's a lot of with fireworks, there's always a lot of the ones that don't fire. And then you collect the powder from it. And even as kids, we used to collect those. Put it in a jar, like a glass jar. Collect as many as you do, and then create your own dynamite. Pretty much create your own fireworks. Good AM, J-Boy, Ray from Fortune. Ballistic missiles, legal fire. Even the pew pew, people here, fire those during New Year's here. Merry Christmas, all. Hey, Edgar, good morning. Merry Christmas, Edgar. Gino, HD, Fortune, J-Boy. Merry Christmas, HD. Kuya for HD. Merry Christmas, Edgar. Good AM, Edgar. Happy first Christmas. I know, right? First Christmas for Edgar in the Philippines. That's awesome, man. Thank you, Gino. We are experiencing lots of rain. Oh, I know, right? I heard that. Somebody else mentioned that. I think my friend Ray, in Sacramento, California, that California is experiencing a lot of rain. Tornado? I've never heard of a tornado warning. A tornado warning in California? I don't think I've ever... I lived in California for many years. That was in Long Beach. I graduated. I don't think I've ever heard of a tornado in California. Wow. And that's why you said LOL, tornado warning. What? Pinay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Edgar. How is your first Philippine Christmas going? Oh, Edgar's having a great time. I was just chatting with him yesterday. He's like, Gino, I think I'm going to go to the mall. And Dazzle and I, we just happened to come back from the mall yesterday. Trying to think. Oh, we picked up, Dazzle wanted to pick a gift, last minute gift to someone. And we were like, I told Edgar, dude, I don't know if you want to go out. You know, it was just so many people, and we went to a SM Cherry like right when they opened. They opened at 8 a.m. here. We were there at 8:30. We couldn't even park at the SM Cherry parking because they don't have a parking garage. You just have to park in front of them. So I know that's going to be taken. So we parked at the City Mall Calibo on their parking garage on the second floor and walked over to SM Cherry. But it was packed, man. I mean, even City Mall was packed. Anywhere you go, it's like even the roads in Calibo, tons of tricycles. Everybody was doing their last minute Christmas shopping. You know, usually you forget something for Noche Buena. You forget, you need an ingredient. You need the spaghetti noodles. You name it. You know, everybody was just the line. I even filmed it. I'll try to include that on the video. I was standing in line and I filmed the line at the grocery. Man, I've never seen it that bad. I've never seen it that bad at the grocery store. That's why I told Edgar, stay home. You don't want to go to Gran Gaisano. Are you from India? No, I'm not from India. I'm from the Philippines. Born and raised in Manila in the Philippines. I moved to the United States when I was 12. I lived in the United States for over 30 years, and then I came back here when I was 45 years old. I'm now 59, going on 60 years. So I've split my life between America and the Philippines. I'm a citizen of the United States, and I'm also a citizen of the Philippines. Happy birthday, Jesus. All right, happy birthday, Jesus. My first Christmas is going good. I know, Edgar. Edgar and I, we spent some time in Iloilo City together. Went to SNR, did Christmas shopping. So it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad I got to hang out with Edgar before Christmas Day today. There's Mom. She's coming down.
Morning, dear.
Good morning, Mom. Good morning. The Collector. I hope you and your family have a blessed holiday. Thank you. Same to you, my friend. Same to you. Have a blessed holiday. Bama in the Philippines. Merry Christmas, Gino. Hey, Merry Christmas, Bama. I used to make those bamboo cannons. I know, right? I think I didn't make it myself, but I remember when I was a kid here in the Philippines, we had relatives in Bulacan. I lived in Manila, we lived in the city, but we have relatives that live in Bulacan, San Rafael, Bulacan. And every time we visited them, and I remember particularly one year, we went there during the holidays, and they were making bamboo cannons. You know, that's common. That's common in the province back then. I'm sure they still do it. You know, I'm sure there's like the OG Filipinos here for Christmas as a kid. It was fun. I know it was fun. I remember, J-Boy. I'm glad I got to experience that. I might be able to experience that again here if I really wanted to, because I'm sure somebody here in Aklan province is doing that during New Year's, especially during New Year's. Edgar, Gino, we need to go and try not to blow. Oh no, I don't do the fireworks, so I'm good, Edgar. I don't buy. I've been here now. Going on 15 years, Edgar, and I never buy fireworks, you know. I guess because I'm medical, man. I'm medical personnel. I've seen too many people blow their fingers and all that. I do not want to lose my fingers this late in the game. You know, it's like my fingers are all intact. You know, I want to keep them. So we don't buy. The only for New Year's, Dazzle and Leanna, they always get those sparklers. I think sparklers are called. they're like long stick, and you light the end, and they kind of sparkle. They're connected to like a wire or a bamboo at the end, but that's all we do. And then maybe those horns, like to make noise, to make the plastic to make noise, but no fireworks for us. We don't do fireworks. They're not cheap, man. Those fireworks. Hey, Gray, I got a message from my good friend Gray. Merry Christmas. It said, Merry Christmas. They're not cheap. You know, these fireworks, sometimes I wonder, you know, when you go to like the stalls, these fireworks are not cheap. They're pretty, they'll cost you money. Good morning, Gino, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ted and LB in Bohol, in Bohol. It was pretty packed, difficult, especially when you drive a large car. They also made some street. I know, HD, and you know, with the Ati-Atihan banners, right? The Ati-Atihan banners. If you go to like Pastrana Park, with people parking at Pastrana Park, and with the Ati-Atihan bamboo banners all over the place now. Man, parking is like difficult and tight and tight. You know, like I said, if you have a big vehicle. Usually, like for me, during Ati-Atihan, we drive. You're okay. Mom is still asleep. She doesn't have her coffee yet. She's getting her coffee going. Here's the key, just in case he shows up. Noel, for David's house. Yeah, that one. Yeah, and then you know, even like at City Mall, Calibo parking, the City Mall Calibo, Grand Gaisano's even worse. The parking, I've never seen the parking. The parking at Grand Gaisano is on the basement. They even block it because it's full. The parking gets full there. The security guard blocks it. So I'm sure there's a lot of people. I'm sure visiting Calibo. I'm sure people from out in the different towns, municipalities like Nabas, Ibahay, Katiklan, you know, they do their Christmas shopping too in Calibo. So Calibo's been super busy. Merry Christmas, Ted and LD. Fortune. Merry Christmas, Mom, from Fortune. She's making her coffee. Fortune HD, bamboo cannon, lantaka. Oh, okay. I forgot what they call it. Lantaka. Thank you, HD. Lantaka. Would you rather for 1 million guarantee? I'm the safe guy. If I had a choice, I would go the $50,000 guarantee. Edgar. The Filipinos don't like it what you go down a one-way street. I know, right? I know you don't want to do that. Everyone has slowed down until you're going the wrong way. I know. That's going to be, and it's going to remain like that, HD. Actually, it's going to get worse. All those one-way streets in Calibo right now, they'll keep changing them because of Ati-Atihan. January 11th is the start of Ati-Atihan to 18, but even now they're rerouting, doing crazy stuff with like the traffic here in Calibo. Just be careful when you drive. You don't want to go down the wrong way. And sometimes, right, the signs are not really like, usually you want the wrong way or one-way sign right in the middle of the road, right? Sometimes it'll be on the side and you can't really gauge where, is it one way, that way? You know, you can't tell, but you just gotta, I just take my time. I drive slow anyway, and I observe what cars are going. If I'm noticing like, you know, there's no cars going my direction, I kind of slow down and wait. But it's gonna get more and more people in Calibo starting right after New Year's because of Ati-Atihan. Ati-Atihan Festival here in Aklan Province in Calibo is January 11th to 18th. Gonna be a lot of people coming to, but that's not the only Ati-Atihan in Aklan. Makato has their own ati-atihan. Ibahay has their own ati-atihan. Boracay has his own ati-atihan. So pretty much the whole month of January, you can find like fiesta or ati-atihan in Aklan province. Very festive. I mean, coming from December, right? December been very festive here. January gets even more festive here in Aklan province. If you can believe that, it's like a back-to-back months for us that where people are just celebrating here. Which country? The Philippines. We're in the Philippines, my friend. Jeffrey, good morning, Kuya Gino. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jeffrey. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, I was joking about the fireworks. I know, Edgar. I know but I've never bought them. I get, like I said, Edgar, I'm a hospital person, man. I've seen too many people with accidents with fireworks. I'd read that they get a bunch hurt from, every year, even in Manila, the whole country, the Philippines, Edgar, there's always a Department of Health warning about fireworks. Even on if you watch the news, local news, national news here in the Philippines, there's like an they're promoting it that be careful, don't do fireworks. But every year, hundreds and hundreds of people here get hurt with fireworks. I just saw a blog from Philippines showing that fireworks made in China cost 5,000 pesos. Ooh, that's like about $80. While locally made fireworks from Cebu cost only 500. That's a huge. Like I know in Luzon when we were in Manila growing up, there's Bukawi, Bulacan. It's like known. That area in Bulacan. It's like, even now I'm sure, Bukawi, Bulacan. They're known for they make a lot of fireworks in that area. People from Manila go to Bukawi, Bulacan just to buy fireworks for New Year's. Bon, hey brother, Merry Christmas, Bon. And Antonio Pam, thank you, Bon. Ted, Merry Christmas, Fortune. All right, are you guys heading? Yes, we not soon because the party at Mike and Kat's house is not till later this afternoon. So we'll Dazzle will sleep in normally till 10. So when she gets up, we'll start getting going. We'll stay overnight. So when we get there, already made a reservation at a hotel there. We've never stayed at this hotel, but it was pretty reasonable. It was like with taxes and everything, it was like $20. It's like 1,100. And what I do when I reserve here, when I book a hotel here, I go to Agoda. I use Agoda, and then when I check out in Agoda, I don't have credit cards anymore. I don't do credit cards. I could do my debit card, but I don't like giving my financial information, online. I don't do that anymore because I'm just, security wise, I'm just like protective of my data, money especially. So all I do, I select, in Agoda now, when you reserve here, there's an option there where you can pay for the item at 7-Eleven. So I always pick that. When I book a hotel, airlines, whatever, I will always select 7-Eleven, and then it prints you up a QR code. I move the QR code to my phone, and I I'll walk over to 7-Eleven, get my French vanilla brew coffee, and I pay it there. So to me, easy peasy. I don't have to deal with getting my information online. Merry Christmas, Vaughn from Fortune. Merry Christmas, Gino and family. Kim Mandal, all right. Merry Christmas. Davao outlawed the sale and use of fireworks. Oh, wow. That is surprising, man. But they do a lot of different things in Davao, right? That's like a Duterte country there, man. So they're very strict. I can't blame them, man. Hey, Fortune, fun times in the Philippines. Definitely. It's like fun times in the Philippines. Even James and Karen last night, and the Colonel staying there. They were doing karaoke too. The little kids are doing karaoke. And then yesterday, actually, we were supposed to go fishing early. Yesterday morning, Laola's Fish Farm was open yesterday from 9 to 1. A good thing we didn't go, Mom, because Mom couldn't go. She was still in Katiklan. She was still in Katiklan. But James had called me the day before and said, "Hey, man, you want to go fishing?" So we were planning on going fishing. James, the Colonel, me, and Dazzle, but they had to slaughter a pig. They had to slaughter a pig. So no worries, no, we're like that. We're like that here. James lives so close to me. We only live like 30 minutes apart, so it's easy for us to get together. And I know he said the Colonel's gonna stay till New Year's, so we'll go fishing, and then Mom can go. Mom can go fishing before New Year's, for sure. Dazzle was saying because with all the rain, they probably have the deeper water at the ponds. Maybe bigger fish, maybe bigger fish. You remember they were talking about they were gonna open a new pond.
December 16.
December 16, they opened another. They added another big pond where they stocked a lot of tilapia.
Yeah. Hindi pala natin nabuksan ito kagabi.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like we have the that goes good. That crunchies, that cracker goes good with the queso de bola, Mom.
Sent natin kagabi.
Yeah. We got a present from our good friend Ivan in Iloilo City. He gave us like a gift basket. The only thing that they opened, Ivan, was the wine. The wine was the only, but the gift baskets got like crackers, and the crackers would have gone good with the queso de bola. We've been eating the queso de bola like just nothing on it, just like eating it like potato chips. It's so good. Where are you from? I'm from the Philippines. Dark. We live here in Numancia, Aklan, in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I've been living here now. I moved back to the Philippines. I'm retired United States Air Force, military retired. I moved back here in 2011. I'm going on 15 years retired here in the Philippines. You have to leave the city to use the fire. Oh, okay. So inside Davao City, you're not allowed. So you have to I'm sure there's like nearby towns away from the city. NYE here is like a war zone. I know, right? I know. Fortune, he lives in Bacoor in Cavite, but in Manila, man, it's crazy. I've seen the fireworks during. I always watch it on TV or my laptop. The fireworks in Manila, and I'm sure same in Cavite. It is like a war zone, and everybody buys a ton of fireworks because in the Filipino culture, it's the fireworks. The louder you make sound, here in the culture of the Philippines, it means you're bringing in the new year, more blessings and more coming your way. If you make noise, that's why even us, like at midnight, we'll go outside here. We'll have like our horns. My car, I'll honk I'm Filipino. Why not? It can't hurt, right? I'll honk all the cars here in the neighborhood. They'll be like honk. Yeah, get inside their car, honk their horns. Just make a lot of noise. To bring in 2026. I can't believe, man. We're already bringing in 2026. Amazing how. I love you. Hey, I'm a Wendy's fan. I worked for Wendy's. There was two places where I worked fast food wise. I worked at Taco Bell. I can't find a Taco Bell shirt. I wish I could get. But Wendy's. I worked at Taco Bell and Wendy's were the two fast food places I worked in the United States. I think most teenagers in the U.S. that's a common when you're like 15, 16, you get your driver's license, student license, and also work at a fast food place. That's, I think, my generation anyway, when I was living in Long Beach, California, most of my batch, most of my high school friends in Long Beach at the time, we all got like jobs at fast food places. Fortune, yes, Bukawi. I know, right? I know about Bukawi, man, because I'm from Bulacan, man. My relatives, my grandma and grandpa are buried in Bulacan in San Rafael. I was able to visit them 3 years ago. I'm going to try to visit them again. I got good memories of both my Lola and Lolo in Bulacan. That's why I know. That's why I know, Fortune, about Bukawi, Bulacan, where the fireworks capital, man, the fireworks capital of the Philippines. Paul Morgan, Merry Christmas, Paul. Merry Christmas, Paul. Enjoy the day and wish you. Thank you, my friend. Hope to see you soon, man. Hope to see you soon. If you make it our way here to Calibo or Boracay, let me know, Paul. Derek, how many hours drive to Roa City? Most people, when they drive from Calibo, like here in our area, to Roa City, it takes them less than 2 hours. Me, right at 2 hours. I drive slow, man. I don't drive fast. Even when I get to like the highway area between Aklan and Capiz, the highway roads, I just, man, I go maybe 60 kph, man, like 39 miles per hour. I might increase to 70, if it's really clear, but I always take my time. I'm never in a hurry when I drive here because there's just so many things on the road that comes at you surprisingly sometimes, that will, like, a dog running on the street, or cat, chicken, sometimes potholes, you really got to be focused here. Like even on the national highway when you're driving, you really have to be focused. I don't even turn my radio on. I'm like so zoned in that they're driving, because you can be driving in the national highway in here in Aklan, right by James's area, Balete, Batan, Altabas. Man, you could be just cruising, everything's going good. Next thing you know, there's like a giant pothole in front of you, man. So, and then accidents, because like a lot of those transport van, those 15, 16 passenger transport van, and they're like zigzagging, overtaking, going so fast. Those get in an accident. And like the big semis here, the cargo trucks. You've seen where James has filmed that one ravine area there by he calls it like Devil's Road or something, because right there by Balete where James lives, the past year there's been a dozen trucks that's fall on that ravine, and more will probably happen. Even if they put warning signs, they put whatever, people just don't know how to drive slow here. They're in a hurry, especially the cargo trucks, because I'm sure they're trying to beat a clock, beat a deadline for delivery. Got to check out that 1,100 peso room. Yeah. I can send you the information. We've never stayed at that hotel, so this will be first time. I was thinking of staying at the Olive Hotel. Somebody had mentioned that Olive Hotel. The Olive Hotel, they're the only hotel I know of here in Panay Island that they use the container ship, the shipping container as the base of their hotel. I thought that would have been pretty cool to stay, but they were asking for like 2,000. So I was like, man, 2,000? No, I'm, me, I'm frugal. I was like, man, I'm going with the 1,000. I'm going with the 1,000. That shirt is cool. Thank you, Vaughn. I like wearing it because I remember my days when I was working at Wendy's. Even to this day, it's just a good reminder where I came from. How far I've gone. When I was like Wendy's. As a high school kid at Wendy's, man, they just use you and abuse you. At any fast food, I'm sure. They make you clean toilets. They make you, change the oil. I mean, do all the dirty work. Do all the dirty work at the fast food places. Kim, Merry Christmas, Fortune. Has the flooding around Calibo from the recent rain gone away, Kim? Uh, yes, they were gone yesterday afternoon, or was it the? I can't do the dates. Let me see. Yesterday was good because I took the regular route yesterday, but the day before, man, the day before, 2 days ago, there were flooding everywhere. There was flooding here in Numancia. Never in our community, thank goodness, because the drainage here is good, and they built the subdivision here. They elevated it because like when I'm coming out of Camellia to the national highway, there's always a drop to the road. So, but that road like right beside 7-Eleven, not too far, about 100 meters from the our 7-Eleven here, waist deep in water. So there's a little creek there that always overflows. So we couldn't pass. It wasn't passable. Even by Liana's school, Numancia Integrated School by the DepEd, flooded. You couldn't pass. I was watching it all on Facebook. All these areas where you couldn't go, and the Tigayon area that when we finally took that afternoon, we took a risk. You know, when we get the Coast Quezon de Bola, because we found out that you can go through Leso and go to the back road by the longest bridge in Panama. So we did, but there was still water in Tigayon, and even by you know where the old Chowking is in Calibo. They call that area Crossing Banga, that light there. It was flooded there too. There was water there too, but we were able to pass because it had stopped raining for like 6 hours. But a lot of areas did get flooded, like here in Numancia, in Calibo, and there was not even a typhoon or anything. It's just like I remember that happening also in 2012. 2012, there's no typhoon. December time frame also with all the rain. I lived in Calibo at the time. I lived by the Capitol area. My apartment was Carillo Snyder Apartments. I lived on the second floor, thank goodness, because the first floor got flooded. They had like this deep water on the first floor. I couldn't go anywhere. I was like, oh, I guess I'm trapped here. You know, it's like, it does. There's areas that flood in Calibo. But no more flooding. All gone away, back to normal. Yesterday, all the roads back open, everything back to normal yesterday. Hey Scott, Merry Christmas, Scott. I finally caught. All right, Scott. Thank you so much, brother. The noise gets all the bad spirits. Oh, there you go. That's a good reason, right, for the noise. Scott Smiley in the house. All right. Pinay Heart at Home. I remember when I spent a vacation in Imus, Cavite back in 2018, we couldn't go anywhere. I don't want to even leave Imus because it was such a hassle sitting for hours. At least here we don't get to that level. That's one thing here in Panay Island. Even in Rojas City when we go, the traffic here, there's more tricycles on the road, but you don't get traffic like that here. Nothing like compared to like in traffic in Luzon. We just don't have that many people. Maybe in Iloilo City, but even there, when we were there, the Christmas rush, Christmas shopping, everything was concentrated in that SM City, Iloilo area. But on the main diversion road, it's just so huge, and that diversion road is like 6 lanes on both sides. So you really only hit traffic in Iloilo City if you're going by the downtown area, by the government agency area near downtown. But if you're staying like in the Mandurriao area, by Festive Mall, by SM City Mall, you're okay even during the holiday rush. Thank you, Vaughn from Scott. Ted, here in the province, they rev their motorbikes. Oh, that too. My neighbors do that too. The ones with the big bikes, the ones with the big, even the tiny bikes. I have seen that, Ted. Not many have cars here. They redline their motors. Yeah, I do. Just anything to make noise. The reason I say honk their horns. I live in a gated community, Camellia Clan. I think all my neighbors got cars here. So that's what everybody does. We have a lot of like OFW, and now expats. There's a few expats now here living in our community. Fortune, EDSA will have a full rehab December 24th to June 5. Strictly no cars allowed. Wow, man. That's a long time, man. I haven't heard that, Fortune. Wow. I did see a thing on Facebook, Fortune, where no coding during the holiday. Coding is in Manila is when you can't drive your car if you're the number on your license plate. There's certain days where you're not allowed to drive your car, but I guess for the holidays, no coding. I did see that. I like your 7-Eleven. It looks so new and clean. Yes, right, Edgar. I know Edgar. He said the other day he made it. He made it to our 7-Eleven outside our community and clean, with plenty of parking. I know. That's what I like about it too. That plenty of parking. It's in a good spot. I never have issue finding parking at our 7-Eleven. I finally got over there and checked it. I know. I got the message from Edgar the other day that he was near us. Car radios were not illegal. Bizwax, I worked at Wendy's too. All right, Jerry. I don't know. Wendy's headquarters. Oh, nice. And man, that's something we have in common, man. Car radios weren't made legal at a specific time. Rather, they face early opposition and nearby. Oh, I didn't know that. I stand corrected. So not cool. Dazzle, you fish on the street from the flooding. That's what James was saying, man. James actually during all the flooding, Kim, he went to Calibo with all that flooding, and he said on his motorbike, and there was a lot of flooding from the Tigayon area, Estancia area, all the way to Calibo, all the way to like the Grand Gaisano Mall. James probably felt like he was jet skiing. he was jet skiing on the road, man. Good morning, Belu's. Merry Christmas, Belu's. I'm trying to get through all these comments so I do have a topic, but let me see. But I'm trying to get through the comments because I don't want to ignore people's Merry Christmas greetings. Special day. It's a special day. Jesus was born on this day. Merry Christmas. Panay Posse. Valley Crew. Love it. I love it. Merry Christmas, Belus from J-Boy. Merry Christmas, Patinhas. Oh, wow, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. All right. Thank you for joining the live stream. Now that Jen Torre is in charge. Fortune. Oh, General Torre. I didn't get it real quick, but I do remember. I think he's in charge now, right? MMDA. I saw that, sir. Merry Christmas, sir. Dazzle TV. Hey, John B. Merry Christmas. Yes, no coding at all during the holidays and weekends. I saw that, Fortune. Yes, Vaughn, he is the GM of MMDA. I did see that, General Torre. Very controversial general here in the Philippines. But they elected him, he got fired at his one job, and now he's the MMDA general manager. He was police chief. Yeah, that was his job, police chief. Wow. Undersecretary. He's quite a character, I gotta say that. From the Facebook post, I know he likes to box and all that. It's like he's quite a character. But I'm sure he's a smart man. I mean, you don't become a general here in the Philippines if you're not a smart person. Wendy's is veteran friendly. My veteran friends and I meet there. Oh, nice, nice, Ray. Merry Christmas, Ray, my good friend, and my brother in Sacramento, California. And even to this day, I love anytime I get a chance to eat at Wendy's. The only time I've taken Dazzle to Wendy's in Cubao. One time we went to Wendy's in Cubao, and we also went to Wendy's in Angeles City. So far, those are the two places that I know there's a Wendy's. Wow, it actually got sunny this morning. I wasn't expected that because earlier this morning it looked cloudy. Let me show you outside. Wow, the sun came out, and on Christmas Day, sunny day on Christmas Day. That is awesome. Right there, man. The sun is up. Bright too, man. That sun is bright. It's actually warm out here too. Kind of humid. It's humid this morning. It's gonna be hot. There's mom. There's you're doing laundry, mom. Are you doing laundry? Mom is always not yet. Mom said she's not yet doing laundry. She's always doing laundry. There's Bumblebee right there. I had to replace the back tire on Bumblebee. Now it's really rides nice. I put a bigger tire on the back of Bumblebee. Bumblebee is our tricycle right there. Bumblebee will be 10 years old. 10 years old this year. We've had that tricycle right there for 10 years. But later on, we're gonna drive to our Rojas City. Dazzle's still sleeping. But look at that, just a bright sun this morning. Quiet now. Last night it wasn't quiet. And I think all the houses last night was doing karaoke or playing Christmas music. Lots of Christmas music last night. Man, it's gonna be a warm day because it's warm already, no, Ma?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot today.
Mainit.
Yeah, it's already hot, man. It's humid because I guess because of the rain when it rains and then when the sun comes up. He is better paid now, Fortune, from Vaughn. That's a big position, right? You know, like MMDA, I know that's a big deal. Hey, Beltran, maligayang Pasko, brother. One, haha, you won't get to your. I know I can't get to my topic, but that's okay. I'll I'd rather read everybody's greetings of Merry Christmas. I'd rather do this. This is fun. This is fun for me, man. I like the Christmas Day is always fun anyway. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I would vote for president. Yes, me too. He is straight. I know. He's quite a character. I mean, that's one thing I got to say about him. He's got a personality. He's not boring. And he's not your traditional politician, right? Because he's a general. You know, like I said, you don't make general in the Philippines. You gotta be smart to become general here in the Philippines. Hello, Gino. And hey, JP. Let me see. 4 days? 4 days, JP? JP's gonna be, I'm gonna be picking up JP here, I think Monday or Tuesday. I gotta look at the calendar, JP. Don't worry, I'll be at the airport, JP. We're actually thinking, JP, we're gonna go to Boracay the night before you get to, yeah, you're gonna be Monday. So if you're gonna be Monday, the night before, Dazzle and I will stay in Boracay Island. That way we're by Boracay Airport. You know, that way it's a easy, we can spend the night, enjoy Boracay, have a nice dinner in Boracay Island. Then in the morning when you arrive, we'll pick you up at the airport. Awesome Blossom, shout out, Cubao. I know, right? Cubao. I actually lived in Cubao like for the year before I had moved to the United States. My brother at the time and myself, we had to live in Cubao for like a year. I used to I lived in Frisco, San Francisco, Del Monte, Quezon City. But my final year, because we were selling our house in Frisco, so we ended up renting an apartment in Cubao, and that's where my brother and I we lived in Cubao before I went to the United States. Merry Christmas, Gino, Jacob. Thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas. Yes, Vaughn, 1 grade higher, plus he gets his lifetime pension from his police service. Her military uniform MUP don't contribute to pension, so they get it free. JP, Merry Christmas from John Vasquez. JP, Merry Christmas, JP. Merry Christmas, John V. Yes, Fortune. Prof. Shelo Magno was talking about that. Sir, Merry Christmas, Fortune. Idol mo rin. So, si Torre Gino, pinakasikat siya noong time na yon. Sarap ipalipad. It's not like he's my idol, but I just seen him. You know, like I said, I don't get involved with the politics, but I thought he was quite a character. You know, at least he's not boring, at least. But I don't know enough about Philippine politics. I'm not Marcos Duterte. To me, it's unfortunate here in the Philippines. It really doesn't really matter who the politician here. There's just corruption no matter what. You know, the politician might be honest, might be a genuine, but yeah, we'll be surrounded by like with sharks. You know, if you're the one. I think the only one honest politician that I see, anyway, in my eyes, is that Soto, that Vico Soto. I've seen him talk, you know, on TV. I've seen him in Congress. He seems to be a genuine guy, that one mayor, Vico Soto. But he's surrounded by sharks, man. He's surrounded by vultures, man. Or here in the Philippines, I think they call them buwaya, crocodile. He's surrounded by crocodile. We thank the MUP for their service, but the policy of non-contribution means it's full cost to the national government. Wow, the weather it is, man. It's like beautiful. I couldn't believe this because it's been raining the past couple of days here, flooding even here in Numancia and in Aklan. So what a blessing today on Christmas Day. I'm driving to Rojas City later, so I'm gonna love driving on the sun. I'm gonna film it. I'm dazzled while I'm driving. I'll film some of our drive because I love the drive from our house here to Rojas City. To Bye Bye Beach. Like I said, it'll take me about 2 hours to get there, but it's a nice drive, man. Like by James's area, by Balete, nice rice fields, both sides rice fields. And then when you get to Capiz Province, fish ponds, lots of fish ponds, lots of water. I love the drive. I don't get bored. With the drive. Dazzle and I get to talk. It's a good time for anytime Dazzle and I in our car. Like lately, you know, of course, when Dazzle and I are driving, even yesterday when we were driving back, we're talking about our Chloe. We do miss our Chloe. Chloe was our Shih Tzu for 11 and a half years, but at least now we're able to talk about it to each other. Before, you know, we were like not even wanting to talk about Chloe, but now we're getting there. We're able to talk. I still can't open my phone and look at pictures of Chloe or videos of Chloe. So, and Dazzle, she's got some quirks too that she can't do still, but we're getting there. We're getting past the grieving. Hello, Fortune, Edgar, Pinay Heart, Vaughn, John V. Vaughn, you are living my life, JP. You're living. Pretty soon you'll be living the same life, Vaughn. You know, it's like I know you're heading here to the Philippines, and Gino, it's okay if you forget JP. Oh, I don't think I'll forget JP. I won't forget JP. That's funny. Edgar always gives JP a hard time because JP's gonna be the new guy. He's gonna be the new guy here. So Probably, he's got to go through like Edgar's initiation. Initiation. Kuma, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kuma. Hello, JP. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Edgar, are you from Columbus? Yeah, yeah. I mentioned that. Edgar, that Bizwax here. He's in Davao now. He's from Columbus. Because I remember Edgar mentioned to me that he's from Columbus, Ohio, and you know how. I mean, I don't think there's that many people from Columbus, Ohio, moving to the Philippines. Merry Christmas, Renz. Yeah, true. So many crocs. So many crocodiles. I know, Ted, right? Pasig Mayor. Yeah, Pasig, Vico Soto. Vico Soto. I mean, I don't know him, but from what I've seen about him, and he comes from a rich family. His dad's like Vic Soto, and then Connie Reyes. I think that's his mom. So he comes from money, so he doesn't need to steal the money. Renz, it is La Nina season, according to Pag-asa. All right. Sir, Merry Christmas, Kuma. We will get more rains than usual. No, I'm from Springboro. Okay, Dayton. I thought you had mentioned Columbus, Edgar, but Springboro, Ohio, south of Dayton. Nice, Edgar. You can adopt new puppy from shelter. No, we're not gonna replace Chloe. We told that to Chloe when we had, when we still had Chloe. Dazzle was always like, we want to always cherish that memory of Chloe. We're not gonna replace her. Edgar, Chloe was just more than a dog for us. That was our baby, man. Chloe was our baby for 11 and a half years. She can't be replaced. Bizwax, we still got Toto. Toto was a stray dog. Toto is gonna be 10. It's gonna be 10 years old here pretty soon. But we still got Toto. But she's just not as affectionate as Chloe, because Chloe, we always carried Chloe, always brought Chloe everywhere with us. Even when we travel out of Aklan province, we used to take Chloe. With Boracay, we used to take Chloe. Toto is just kind of like lays there on the corner there. Let me see if you can see. That's the spot for Totoy right there on the corner. And we even have a bed for Totoy, like underneath the couch. We got one of these beds, but she prefers that corner for some reason. She doesn't really use her bed that much. Bizwax, Edgar, how's red, white, and boom compared to fireworks in Calibo? Vico Soto is ineligible for national yet because of age. Oh, okay, that's why. I was kind of wondering about that, Fortune, because I was like, he seems to be a good politician, honest anyway. He is so far qualified for senator. I mean, if he runs for senator, I think he's a shoo-in. I don't think, I don't know enough, but I would think he's very popular. I know the senatorial races here in the Philippines is a popularity contest, because the way the senators get elected here, it's not like in the States where you're a senator for your state, like 2 senators per state. Here in the Philippines, it's like the top 24 in the whole country. So when the election comes, they replace half of them. There's like midterms or whatever, but 12 of them will have to a campaign again, and whoever they call it, the top 12 in the top 12 in the whole country, Visayas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, the top 12 becomes the new 12 added to the Senate. So I'm thinking his popularity alone, because it becomes a popularity contest. That's why I see many former actors get elected. Manny Pacquiao got elected because of his popularity. I got the poor version of Columbus. I got That's Columbus, Georgia. That's funny. That's funny. Columbus, Georgia. The poor version. Pinay, I was talking to my husband earlier and told him that traditionally Filipino families go out on Christmas to enjoy being together outside. He looked at me and said, "Sure, let's go. It is, right?" Today, actually, I know a lot of Filipinos because Noche Buena, of course, midnight. Of course, you stay up past midnight, a lot of times. So, a lot of times, the Christmas day itself, it's like people wake up later during the morning. It's this day is like popular for if you got like godchildren here. That's common here in the Philippines, especially now. When I was a kid, when you get baptized in the Philippines, you get one ninong, you get one ninang. It's like one usually one male, one female. That's your ninong, that's your ninang. Now, when the kid gets baptized, now there's like six pairs of ninang. You can have as many pairs of ninang and ninong. And then when you get married too, you're supposed to have a ninong and ninang, godparent, godmother, when you get married. And again, before you only, I remember this was back in the 70s, common to just have one ninong, one ninang. Now, you get married, now you get like many ninong and ninang. So what happens with all the kids here in the Philippines, they have a meme here. They said, finding ninong, finding, kind of like Finding Nemo, that Disney, because that's what happens today. All the kids, they'll go to their ninong, they'll go to their ninang, they're blessed, mano po blessed, and it's a Christmas gift. Where's my Christmas gift, ninong, ninang? You would be a terrible ninong or ninang if you don't have a gift to your to godchildren here. And then that's a common occurrence here on Christmas Day. And like Pinay at heart, the ones that are, once the ninong, the ninang, once all the, you usually get that done before lunchtime. A lot of people head to the beach here. I know it's going to be a busy day at the beach today. A lot of people will be having picnics on the beach. I miss watching the Manila Film Festival. I know, right? When I was a kid here, I remember that was pretty big. Manila Film Festival. Usually, like actress, I remember Nora. She usually bags like the win, the win for Metro Manila. A lot of your good actors in the Philippines, they usually win those awards in Manila. They show the movies during the holidays. I don't know if they still do that. I haven't paid attention to like Filipino movies here. Chloe went ahead to Katiklan. I know, Van. We're gonna visit her. We're gonna be there when we pick up JP. Before we go to Boracay Island, we'll stop by our land and visit Chloe. Both parents are local A-list celebrities. Right, Fortune. Vico, well-educated. Brent International School, Ateneo, BS Political Science and Math. Yeah, I could tell, man. I could tell. When he talks in front of Congress, when he gets, those investigations, and I think the Diskaya, because I guess one of the Diskaya ran against him for mayor, so he had to I saw that hearing. Man, he presents himself well. He looks very articulate, very educated, and just my opinion, we need more people like that. We need more people like that in politics here instead of somebody that's not educated. Just my thing. I think more education helps the country here if you get more people in politics that are well educated. If he is 35 years old by 2028, he can run as senator. Okay, he's getting there, right? He's a shoo-in. If they should make a special a law for him to be able to run, because he's got a good chance to help the country here. Yes, PHA season during Christmas. I want to watch Manila Film Fest. I like those historical, with historical side, with the traditional, the historical side about the Philippines. I haven't seen the movies that are, the Manila Film Festival. I haven't seen what movies will be competing this year. It is popularity and largest votes. Largest votes. Yeah, it's the top 12, right? The whole country. A lot of people here in the province, of course, here in the province, if they're campaigning, it's like a lot of people here. Oh, they'll look at the list of people. They don't recognize names, but when you have a former actor there, they go, "Oh, I remember him. He was a good actor." I'm like, what does that got to do with becoming a good lawmaker, man? He is 36 now. He is qualified for senator, but not for president or VP. Age needed is 40. Oh, so he's good now. So I'm pretty sure, Fortune, he'll probably run for senator, right? Unless if he really loves that he's the mayor and his. Hi, Fortune. What do you think about this young politician in Dasmariñas, Cavite? Rising said hi, Renz. He will be boosted by his father's popularity and Connie Reyes' celebrity status. Congressman Barzaga. Bizwax. When I say Columbus, people actually think of Georgia. When we first had the Senate in 19, it was like the US, 12 senatorial districts. Districts were composed of provinces, 2 senators per district, 24 total, every 2 years. 8 up for re-election. Christmas Day is family day, for sure. Or children go, the children go to find their ninong. Finding ninong, that's like a meme here in the Philippines now. Finding ninong. Kalibo is, and then a lot of people kind of make fun on their Facebook. They'll post like Ninong was Ninong didn't do well this year, so this is all I can afford, and they'll show like funny pictures on Facebook. Kalibo is the best because they celebrated my birthday with fireworks, paid for by the city, with big I know, right? Edgar was so lucky on his birthday, man. Amazing fireworks on Edgar's birthday. We were like at his birthday party. We were doing his birthday party. I actually edited the video, Edgar. So your birthday. So I'll publish that video. I got so many videos that I filmed that I gotta keep I haven't been on top of my editing game. I haven't been on top of my editing game, so I need to edit. Like I have to edit that video, your birthday, and then we went to Vikings. I have to edit that video. So I got videos that I can publish. So it's a lot easier for me now because I do videos now, not every day. It's like every other day. So I always have a few in the bucket already, like scheduled to come out. Emilio, how's it going? Just getting my day started. I slept in. If you can call 6 a.m. Sleeping in, I slept in a little this morning. Man, it is warming up here, man. I'm glad I have this fan. It is like getting. If I didn't have this fan, I'll be sweating in the first floor here already. Fortune. Then they became elected at large. And still 1/3 or 8 every 2 years for re-election. All right. Edgar, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. Then in 1987, Constitution still 24 elected at large, but 12 up for re-election every 3 years. So that's why it comes up all the time, right? That's why now I get it. Now I get it, Fortune, because it seems like they'll have senatorial races. Next thing you know, another senator. Because every 3 years, 3 years is pretty fast because 2 sets of 12. You're live 24 hours? No. I was live till midnight. We were doing the karaoke live, and then I came live this morning. My normal daily live stream. Fortune, nice, Edgar. And it could be every year for you. I know, right? I know every year Edgar's birthday, we can time it. We can time it to like the fireworks. Kiko B is crazy. Kiko B. Christmas Day is the day the the Ninong and the Ninangs hide from their godchildren. I know. That's why there's a lots of memes that I see on my Facebook. Like I said, finding Ninong is a popular meme. Another meme is like all these people that are Ninong. They're like, this year has been rough. And they'll post a picture like they'll give like candy or something like a really inexpensive gift. Merry Christmas, Sam. Merry Christmas. 20 or 30 years ago, the usual norms is just to get 1 or 2 pairs of godparents. I know, Renz, right? That's how I am, man. I only had 1 ninong and 1 ninang when I was baptized. The last time we attended a baptism, we saw 5. I know 5. I saw the same thing. I saw James and Karen. They just attended somebody's baptism, and I saw at least 5 or 6 pairs or couples as godparents. Because I guess it's more gifts, more gifts for that's the, but they're not going by tradition. It's the new tradition now. No way, Bizvax. That's promising, I guess, on Google searches. I had to specifically put Georgia. Fortune, Dasmariñas is biggest city in Cavite. One day, a Remula or a Revilla will challenge their control there. Vico Soto is well educated, well articulated, less corrupt, less good looking. Yeah, that doesn't hurt, right? That doesn't hurt. He's got charisma. He's good looking and he's charisma. I didn't need a baconator. I know, right? You could use a baconator, man. Me, I love the chili, man. The chili at Wendy's. That's the one I like, then. I remember cooking it all. I usually work on the weekends. They would put me the breakfast shift. I would work the breakfast shift at Wendy's. But they kind of rotated. They made sure that you could be like the French fry guy today. Like all you did was French fries, right? Or you could be the grill. You could be doing the burgers. I mean, they rotated us when I worked at Wendy's. So you learn everything. I have a mark right here. Right there, it's like a burn mark I have because I hit one of the trays that came out of the oven. They cooked the bacon at the Baconator. The bacon is cooked on a tray. You lay the bacon on this tray, like a metal tray. You put it in the oven, and there's a timer for everything at Wendy's. When you put all the bacon in the oven, you shut it. You hit the time. So you hear when you're working at Wendy's, you hear these buzzers. The French fry buzzer, the bacon buzzer, beep beep beep. Everything's So one time, it's like I leaned against it. So I have this mark. This is my battle scar from Wendy's. A battle scar. I leaned against the hot metal tray and it burned me. Good morning. It's warming up here. 35 degrees. Bill Meyer. All right. 35 degrees. That's still pretty cold, man. Here it's going to be a hot day. I can tell it's going to be a hot day with the sun coming up. Right now, I would say it's probably like 85, but midday here probably hit 90 today. I think Vico can run in 2028. Toledo because of Klinger in MASH. Oh, Klinger. I remember from MASH. All right, I remember Klinger. I was a fan of MASH. I have not seen MASH in a long time, though, man. I haven't seen... But I remember that show with... You know that Vico is doing well. My brother lives in a Pasig condo, gets regular goodies from the mayor. I mean, they just live in a condo, so it tells you the city has lots of money. Toledo, Ohio, that's cool. Joseph Estrada was an actor. Oh yeah, I remember. I mean, many actors here end up in politics, and it's, like I said, it's turned into like a popularity. Just my opinion again. It turned into like a popularity contest because the senatorial votes are done in the whole country. So when you go to the polls here, it doesn't matter where you live. You live in Mindanao, Visayas, you're gonna see a list of senatorial candidates, sometimes up to 50, sometimes up to 50 people, and you have to pick your 12. And of course, you're looking at 50 people on the ballot. Half of those people you probably don't even recognize by name. You're like, who are these people? So you're gonna recognize like the actors or your Manny Pacquiao. You're gonna recognize the name. Reynold, I would apply for my dual citizenship and would come home and vote if Vico becomes the president. He is the only one I trust right now. All right, all right. If you do apply for your dual citizenship, I recommend doing it in the United States. A lot easier, a lot easier. Just go to a Philippine consulate in the United States and get it there. More complicated if you do it here in the Philippines because you can only do it at Manila, at the Bureau of Immigration in Manila. So if you live in the province like me, man, it's like you gotta fly to Manila just to apply, and you're swearing in and all that. So do it in the U.S. if you elect to regain your Philippine citizenship after you get naturalized in the United States. Like me, I got my U.S. citizenship in California, Superior Court in Los Angeles, 1987. And then I gained my Philippine citizenship back when I moved 2012 here in the Philippines. But a lot easier to do it. In America than here. Most of the time, children or even adults go from one house to another's house shouting, "Namamas ko po." Yeah. Now, we've had caroling. Not many this year though, not many. And they're high tech now with caroling. I was gonna mention this. I noticed this with the caroling. They've gone high tech. Even the kids went high tech on their caroling. I remember when we were kids, when we would carol. Remember the tansan? Tansan is like the bottle caps, metal bottle caps. You used to take the bottle cap, smash it, make it flat, and put a hole in the middle, and you tie like a clothesline, usually like a wire inside, and you like rattle it, carry it. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah, make sound with that, right? That used to be common when I was a kid, anyway, back in the 70s. Man, now they're high tech. Man, now they're high tech. They got cell phones now, man. They're like singing their Christmas song with a cell phone, and some of them even carry themselves like a portable speaker with like a mic. So they're like doing karaoke out here, man. But that's surprising. I was like, wow, man, they're going high tech now, on the Christmas caroling. But not many this year. I think because of the rain, we got a lot of rain here during the nighttime. The days before leading to Christmas, almost every sunset, 4 or 5 days it was raining. That's why we didn't get as many carolers this year. Because our community here, we got a lot of kids. There's 300 homes here at Camellia Clan. So plenty of kids in the neighborhood here, and usually they'll make good money, man, because you hit every house here. I got my coins ready. I got a couple coins. I keep like the 20 peso coins. I collect those, so I got a whole bunch of coins to give to them. But this year we didn't get many, but we did. There was a few carolers this year. I kind of look forward to those carolers because they're fun to watch, because I reminisce. Like I said, I remember when I was a kid, we used to carry our like almost kind of like to make noise with those tansan, with those bottle caps, and then you sang. You knock on people's gate. Or people's door, and you would sing, and they would give you. They would give us coins. Usually, they would give us coins back then. I heard Pasig were able to send donations to the earthquakes and typhoons affected places due to their excess funds. That's cool. How are you going to adapt to building on your land and the yard maintenance involved compared to where you live now? We will see. We will see because my main incentive to when we build, we're not gonna build a big house. That's for sure. Probably the size of this first floor here, probably like a 430 square feet. We're not gonna put a second floor. It's gonna just be me and Dazzle by that time because Leanne and Mom, they'll probably stay at this house because Leanna's got to go to nursing school. So it's not gonna cost a lot to build the house. I would say even with what I want to put in there, solar, even with that, even with like the furnishings that I want to put in there, it's not gonna run me $20,000. That would be my limit, you know. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna make it nice. Yard wise, I don't think I'll have a lot of yard to maintain because Dazzle planted a lot of like banana trees, papaya trees. And one thing, I got workers back there, man. I got the nephews. I got nephews there, Dazzle's nephews. I got 4 nephews there. They're like, the oldest is 13, 8, and 5. So by that time, they're going to be our neighbors there. I'm going to make them work. You know, I'll pay them, of course, give them some incentive, but just to maintain, like, pick up fallen leaves or whatever. And the older one needs 13. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. But I think we'll fence it for sure because, for privacy, we can't have it like here, we're, pretty open here. The house is, even we have a gate, it's pretty open. But there, I'm going to build like a gate, not too tall, not too tall of a gate, so we have a little privacy in our land there. And even on the build of the house, we're going to be employing most of Dazzle's relatives, most of Dazzle's cousins, uncles are going to help building the house. Because here, you can pretty much hire anybody here. There's no building codes. It's usually these people, we know they do it because they build houses before. And we've seen the work they did. And they're Dazzle's relatives. They don't want to disappoint us. There's a certain pride with them when you hire a relative, your cousin or uncle, because after the house is finished, he's proud about that. He can say, Uncle Poloy, he'll say, hey man, I built Gino's house. There's a certain pride with that, But here, there's no inspections here. When you lay down the foundation on your house, there's no codes to meet. You can pretty much build however you want to build. Like us, we plan on building like an outdoor kitchen, grill area, smoker area, because I want to do more barbecuing and smoking, cook with wood, kind of thing. But the house is going to be simple, though. It's going to be simple. Cement on all corners, and I'm even thinking of a cement roof because I do not want to mess with like the metal roof. I've seen houses here built where it's all cement. Typhoon too, right? You can be protected from the typhoon. I'm gonna ask help from my good friend Belus in Leyte, because Belus is an expert in construction. I know he can give me some suggestions. Under the 1987 Constitution, Fortune, yes, Vaughn, if the mayor is not corrupt, there will be billions for service to the constituents. My brother got 5 kilograms pack of rice, then canned goods, etc. He was not expecting, but the mayor is good. Outstanding. Bangko Sentral of the Philippines no longer prints 20 bills. That's why I don't see many of the 20 peso bills anymore. And when I see them, they're like raggedy. You don't see a new one. It's like raggedy looking. It's like usually I get like that 20 peso bill from the public market. I'm like, dang man, I wish I got a coin instead, because they have a 20 peso coin. I like those better than the 20 peso bill. When you get them, they're like, man, they look like they've been through a rough life. The lowest they print now is 50. That's why. Thank you for no wonder. The 20 pesos I keep getting now, they're like in sad shape. If you're a ninong, that would be the minimum handout to your children. Merry Christmas, Michael Manalastas, my brother in Northern California. Hello, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Pinayar, during the pandemic, my family was skipped by government food relief because they were told that they had family in the U.S. Wow, it was ridiculous. Man, that's crazy. Here, man, our mayor at the time, he's not the mayor now, he got replaced, but I remember his name, Toto. They called him Toto. Mayor Toto, Mayor Toto. And Mayor Toto, man, during the pandemic, Dazzle and I, we were the only one in this house during the pandemic. Leanne and Mom, they were still in Katiklan at Mom's house. We would bring food to Mom. We would deliver food to them. But here in our house, I remember our mayor, Mayor Toto, we got like a 25 kilo of rice, and there's just Dazzle, and we can live in a gated community. You know, I was like, man, you know, mayor like really took care of us. He gave us like dressed chicken, you know, like packaged dressed chicken, canned goods, coffee, 3-in-1 coffee. I was impressed. I mean, he hit every house here. He hit every house here at Camellia Aklan during the time. My driver who retired early this year had to request for a bundle of 50s. A bundle of 50s? 5,000. Good thing on my last work day was able to get him a bundle. Yeah, because he got a lot of godchildren. That's craziness. Pinay hard at home. Yeah, Bon, because I've heard similar things happen, like some barangays here in Aklan, the barangay captains were controlling like the delivery of like from the mayor, from the governor, the delivery of the items for relief during the pandemic. And some barangay captains, and if they know you weren't so supportive of their campaign or whatever, they'll hold out on you, man. People here, man, they remember things. They remember things. They take all the politics here all the way to like the barangay level. You know, it's like people don't forget. People forget, and they use that. Unfortunately, they use their power here. I've heard similar stories like what Pinay Hart had said about, the barangay captain remembering that you didn't help him with the campaign. So when it's time for relief goods, you don't get none. Baconator and the Frosty for me. All right. I love the Frosty too, man. The Frosty was good. Man, I just remember working hard at Wendy's, man, because we had like a tiny freezer and everything. Everything at Wendy's that was served, of course, came in our freezer, from the bacon, from the chili, everything's like frozen. And it was just so tight. I remember we had a walk-in freezer, and it was wall-to-wall shelf. And then when we had to restock it, when it was delivery, it was tight to like store stuff there. It was back-breaking work, man. Like I said, man, when you work on fast food, it's like back-breaking work, and then you got to clean the bathroom, the food area. You got empty the trash. I mean, it's just like for minimum wage, But you're high school, you're in high school, so. My new drive, okay, I read that. Hey, Belus, Pinay, yes. It happens here too, unfortunately, but it's okay. Take it one day at a time. Last night we were told seats taken at church. Nobody sat there. Oh yeah, right. It does happen. Things like that, And that was kind of gonna be my topic. That was, since Belusi reminds me, I haven't done my topic. And man, I'm already an hour and a half. I haven't even done my topic. The topic, I just saw this. I always look at like different comments from people on different groups. And this one gentleman, he said, hi everyone, second visit to the Philippines. And I'd love to stay, but these are massive turnoffs. So he listed the things that he doesn't like. Second visit to the Philippines. Corruption, especially cops. Me, I can honestly say I've been here in Aklan province. I have not run into any cop or not had any dealings with cops, So I don't know what he's talking about, because he's only been here twice and he's already talking about corruption by cops. More likely he's probably just reading. More likely he's buying in some propaganda reading. Plastic rubbish, pollution everywhere. Every item is served in plastic and ends up most likely in nature. That I have to agree. I think there's a thing about the Philippines. One of the producers of plastic or trash, so he's got a point there. But let me see. Pollution everywhere and rubbish everywhere. I don't see that here where I live. I live in a gated community. We're disciplined with our trash. That's why I don't generalize when I make a comment. Like, to me, when you make generalized comments like this, to me, just me, right? It makes you sound ignorant because you're talking about 2 visits to the Philippines and you're like knowledgeable about the Philippines already. Visit many places, live here, boots on the ground. Before 2 vacations in the Philippines does not make you an expert. Just my opinion. Because like here in our community, I don't see any garbage in our community. You've seen how quiet my community is. We separate our trash here: plastic, paper, cans, biodegradable. We have like 4 different containers for what our garbage guy picks up our garbage at different days. So maybe he went to an area in the Philippines where there's a lot of garbage and stuff, pollution. I don't see any pollution where I live. I mean, you've seen the clean air I'm breathing here. I'm not living in the city, so. But he did make a good point about the plastic. I give him that to me, I think that is a problem here. Everything you buy here is wrapped in plastic. That's me. I carry my eco bags to the grocery. That would help, but not many people use the eco bag, unfortunately. Burning of plastic, very polluting and toxic. That I have to agree again. I mean, to me, here in the province, they do a lot of burning of trash because there's certain areas here in the province where they don't have pickup. So they either have to bury their trash or burn their trash. So that does happen here, and they'll burn everything. They'll burn trash. But to me, those things that he's talking about, that he doesn't like about the Philippines, unfortunately, if you're gonna live here, it's something that you're gonna have to just adjust to, because it's not gonna change. Even growing up in Manila back in the 70s, we had garbage. We had a lot of plastic. There was burning of trash. There's Smoky Mountain in Manila, a whole mountain full of garbage that they always burn in Manila. So to me, that going here, if it's not a secret anymore. So to me, if that's gonna bother you, then maybe the Philippines is not for you. Because for most of us, like me, even if I lived in a developed country, I lived in America for 30 years, I knew this coming here to the Philippines. I knew that I'm gonna be experiences these things that I don't experience in America. But for me, it's worth the experience because there is no perfect place. Even if you live in America, there's homelessness in America. There's a lot of violence in America right now. Gun violence. If you're raising your kids in America, I mean, your kid can be going to school. Next thing you know, you might not have a kid. That stuff happens. So there's really no perfect place. So to me, when I see posts like this, like I said, to me, I don't understand. But I guess, you're always going to have people, they're entitled to their opinion. So I do understand that. And then here, overpriced, inadequate accommodation in most cases. That I don't know what he's talking about as far as like inadequate or overpriced. Because maybe he's staying at the luxury hotels here. They are overpriced in my mind. But me, I always stay at budget hotels. I've never had problem finding a hotel here for $20 a night. In Iloilo City, at the Hop Inn, it's $20 a night. Here in Roa City, when I go to the hotel later on, $20 a night. I don't know how you can call that overpriced, because like, where can you get a room for $20 that has air conditioning, that's got hot water at least, got a bed? It's like, to me, you can't even get that now in the US. I know there's no way you can get anything like for $20. And then hard to find healthy, clean food apart from public markets and places like Surigao. So basically, I'm sure this guy went to Surigao and then went to another place in the Philippines, and that's his limited experience of the Philippines. So he thinks he's an expert now. Everything else seems to be full of industrial chicken or pork loaded with sugar and MSG, recycled oil, and sprays. So to me, he must be eating a lot of fast food, or he must be eating street food. Because me, I don't eat street food here because I do know they're all fried. I've given up on fried food. I shop, and I shop for fresh vegetables, fresh seafood, and fresh fruits. To me, yeah, if you're eating at places like fast food, or if you're eating, you are going to get MSG, you are going to get sugar, you're going to get like recycled oils in those areas. So to me, it's by choice. I mean, that happens in a developed country too. I mean, you look at America, how everybody's so unhealthy because everybody's fast fooding, right? Everybody's, they make a movie, that McDonald's movie, it's like everybody's getting big, because you're eating fast food, you're eating not healthy food because you're not making your own food. So to me, I don't see his point there. I don't see his point. And then fees everywhere. That, I see his basis there, where fees everywhere. Because when you do go, like I said, like if you go to airports here, usually some fees, the ports are horrible. Like going to Boracay Island, that's like the worst thing here. It's like, I don't understand all the fees that you have to go just because you're going to an island. I know it's a tourist destination, but I don't agree with like environmental fee. There's a fee for what is that? Terminal fee. That the terminal is horrible. It's not like a first-rate terminal. You got to pay just to pass through their terminal. There's even a fee at the beach. Lots of fee. A snorkeling fee. That's ridiculous. I've never heard of you got to go snorkeling. Now you need a fee. I do agree with him. Some areas here in the Philippines, they overfee people just because, that's how the government, I guess, they can get money from people. But to me, the bottom line, it's like the Philippines, to me, like anywhere else you go in the world, there's no perfect place. You're gonna have to like decide for yourself the pros and cons. There's pros and cons living in America, living in Canada, Australia, England. Same thing in the Philippines. There's pros and cons of living here. But for most of us that found a good life here in the Philippines, those things that he mentioned, the garbage, the burning of trash, that you might notice that maybe your first year here, there's things, because you've lived all your life in the developed country. So the first year you're here, you're going to be overloaded with information, shocked with a lot of things that you'll see here. But you know what? After a while, like me, I don't even notice it. I don't even notice a lot of the things here. And I understand, for me, that's just the way it is. Like the Tupac song, just the way it is. Oh yeah. If you just gotta go with the flow, brother. You just gotta go with the life here, because if you're gonna let all these things that bother you, then you're not gonna like the Philippines. You're not gonna like the Philippines. But if you like are able to like stay here, like I said, give the Philippines a year, you're gonna love it here, because with all the things that people find that's wrong in the Philippines, to me, it's still overloaded with the good stuff. The good stuff. There's just good people here. Many times I already said, you are not gonna find the Filipinos are the friendliest people in the world, especially to a fam, especially to a foreigner, especially to like somebody coming from America. You're not going to find any country in the world that's going to be more welcoming to you than the Philippines. I have a friend, he has a house in Europe, in Portugal. And he even tells me, he sends sometimes where they don't look they kind of look down at Americans in places in Europe. Mexico now, gringo go home. They don't want Americans in Mexico now because the Americans are raising the prices for the locals in Mexico. That's not a dynamic here. Filipinos don't care. If you come here to the Philippines, build yourself a mansion, build yourself swimming pools. They don't care here because if anything, they're gonna be thankful. Like, hey, he's employing people here. My friend Belus in Leyte built a nice house, bought farms. In Leyte, he's employing the locals. He's loved by the people. He's loved by the locals because he's helping his community. That dynamic, for many Americans, I know doesn't exist, at some areas of the world. Like I said, name me a country that's more welcoming to Americans than the Philippines. I challenge you. You're going to have a hard time naming me 3 countries that Americans are welcome more than the Philippines. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I don't want to put the bad vibe after Christmas and all that. That was my topic. For today. Fortune. So I asked them how many new hundreds, 50s do they want for their 13th month pay. All right, Fortune. I'm sure they're happy. Like me, sometimes. When did I do that? One time I went to the bank and I had a lot of a lot of 50s and hundreds. Because we had an event or something that I needed to pass out. Usually I did it when for one of my Dazzle's one of the nephew's birthday when we went to Caticlan. We went to a resort in Caticlan, and Dazzle and I had planned games, and the reward for the games were money, 100 peso and 50 pesos. That's why I had to get hundreds and 50s. One, I have a container of 20s. I keep them in parties. We for 20 each winner takes all. Me, I have a cup. I have a cup that I keep on the shelf here. That on the cup I have 20s. The coin. I like collecting the 20. They're cool looking because they got kind of gold around them. Especially when they're new. I like the 20 peso coin now. Wow, that's a great idea, Fortune. Belus, oh yes, that's another attitude that you cannot really understand. They will send one person to save 10 seats. I know, right? Or at the food court, man. At the food court here in Calibo, at Grand Gaisano, the new Grand Gaisano. Limited chairs on the food court, and it's always packed. The malls here are always packed. And you'll see them connect 2 tables. A table would have 4 chairs. They'll connect 2 tables, right? So that's 8 seats, right? And there's one guy sitting there. He's holding it, and the people aren't arriving. Sometimes I've already gotten my food. I've already sat down, or sometimes you have to end up standing up to eat your food, right? I've already finished my meal, and I'm still watching the dude covering they're just I'm dude, there's so many people here waiting for seats, and you're saving the 8 seats, and that happens. West Senator. Where's Senator Emilio? Fortune, we will play later when we reunite with Cheese side of the family, but due to the inflation, it will be 50s. Yeah, right. The 20s now don't mean a whole lot in the Philippines. And if you're gonna reward kids now with the 20, they're gonna might look at you like 20. Come, it's now 50s. 50s is the low end now. The low end of awards or gifts. Don't give a 20. 20, you're gonna be. The kids might call you koripot if you say 20. Another craziness, Pinay Heart. Did you fam vote? No, Dazzle and I actually we've never voted here in the Philippines, but this 2026 we do plan on getting our voters ID. Because I can vote here. I'm a Filipino citizen. So I told Dazzle that I would do that. At least I want to vote for the local people here that I know here in our province. I've been here in the province enough to understand who I want to be sitting in the local politics here. Belu's in church last night. We brought foldable chairs. Ooh, smart. Smart there. Smart, Fortune. No, not Robin. Not Robin. Inflation is tough. Honolulu has a Philippine consulate. All right. Yeah, I'm sure, right? With the number of Filipinos, with the number of Filipinos in Hawaii, eventually got chairs outside of church. The church officials prepare stackable chairs because they know more mass on Christmas Eve. Very Merry Christmas. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Daniel. My brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Daniel in the house. All right, Daniel. About time you show up. Daniel, Edgar said, about time you showed up, Daniel. Mr. Irrelevant. Yes, Vaughn. I found in Facebook memory, the Chinese ham, excellent, was 13 per kilo. Oh, I know, man. I wish I can have that here. But we did get the Virginia brand ham. That was pretty good. We liked that. We liked that. I'm glad we got that ham. Merry Christmas, Daniel. Right, Gino, I noticed that. We also had few carolers this year. I have a can and still heavy. I know, man. I think it because of all the rain, it rained so much the 5 days leading up to Christmas Eve. Even last night, it rained again last night. Leanna was laughing because she said it rained last night because we were singing. We were singing karaoke. But almost every single night, the last 5 nights before Christmas, it rained here in Aklan. But we had those bands of 10 people with drums, trumpets. Ooh, nice. Them I give 100, depending on where they are from. If it's Bacoor band that we know, we give 500. If other towns, then less. Makes sense. I get that, Fortune. Howdy, Fort, Vaughn, and Edgar from Daniel. Vaughn, hello. Can I be your neighbor on your planned house? 1 million, serious. Yeah, that's all you need, But we own the land, That's the thing. You still gotta purchase the land, but easily for $1 million here, for $18,000, you can build a nice home here. As long as it's not a mansion, as long as like this size, about 430 square meter, one floor. The extra floor would, of course, add the price. More cement, more rebar steel. But many people here build homes here, Emilio, in the province for 1 million pesos or about $18,000. May not be any available land near Gino. May not be. There's still plenty. I mean, Katiklan, Katiklan, the prices of land in Katiklan is skyrocketing because of Boracay Island. When you live in Katiklan, you're only a 15-minute ferry ride to Boracay Island. And what happened, they're so strict now in Boracay Island where a lot of people that used to live in Boracay Island used to be, you can build a shanty in Boracay. You can build anywhere in the forest land in Boracay. You can find people all over Boracay, squatters in Boracay. They don't allow that anymore. You have to have papers that you're saying that where you're squatting in Boracay, that you own the land or you're paying taxes on the land. They're clearing up a lot of people. So now what's happened with all those people that they're removing from Boracay, they have no choice but to live in Katiklan. Well, now there's Katiklan is exploding. Katiklan exploding as far as people building apartments, building housing in Katiklan. So land is skyrocketing. I mean, it's I bet you in the next 2-3 years, land prices in Katiklan will double. That's why we got in. That's bigger. Even we're not building. I said, man, now is the time to jump on the land to buy land there. Merry Christmas, Emilio from Fortune. Edgar, I wonder if the guy ever left the city. Trash is a problem everywhere nowadays. But Calibo always looks clean to me. Iloilo look extremely clean. Right, Edgar? Edgar, like in Calibo, you have to thank the mayor or the new mayor, the younger looking mayor, Sucro, the younger mayor in he's a Letron College. He graduated from Letron College in Manila. But he younger looking guy. It doesn't look like he's even 40 years old, but he's done a wonderful job becoming mayor of Calibo. The cleanest I've seen Calibo since he's become mayor this past few years. When I first got to Calibo in 2011, it was not that clean. It's not, Calibo's like well maintained. You know, they got trucks, they got haulers. Iloilo's like another level when it comes to clean, man. You're not gonna find a cleaner city than Iloilo City. I haven't been to Davao, but I'm sure they're pretty clean city in Davao too, but man, Iloilo is just like so nice. Like Edgar's saying, extremely clean in Iloilo. Michael Manalastas, Philippines is not perfect. Yeah, right. Not to me like yeah. I surprised with these people when I was like nobody's claiming the Philippines is perfect. We know the imperfections that the Philippines has. It's people like us that we look at the imperfections, but we focus on what's good. The people are awesome here. That's what separates the Philippines for any country that you go to in the world, in my opinion. Maybe I'm biased, I'm Filipino, but man, these are the greatest people in the world. But there are good things about PI as well. If you're not patient person and expect to have the same life in the US, Philippines is not for you. Amen. Amen, my brother. So right about that, Michael Malalastas. Derek, I remember going to Olongapo from Naval Base, crossing the bridge. Yeah, I remember that kid. I remember that there used to be kids that would dive for coins on that river, man. I don't know. I remember that. Across that bridge, that river there. It's still there. Of course, it's still there, man. Pinay. The problem with some tourists is that they've never visited other countries, or they're stuck in the mindset that everywhere is the same. They expect to have the same experiences they're used to. Like I said, to me, I don't, I just read it. I read that thing just because, like, to me, the people, to me, it's just ignorant to talk like that. Just because you visited the Philippines twice, and on your second visit, you're finding all the flaws already on your second visit. But he should have known that before he even came. It's like $20 is not bad. $20 is not bad. I know, right? For a hotel, come on, man. Where can you get $20 for a hotel now? And to call it overpriced, like I said, maybe he's staying at like the 5-star hotels here in the Philippines, and I agree. If you stay at those 7,000, 8,000 peso a night hotel, I don't think any hotel will be worth that here in the Philippines. To me, you're wasting your money. But I do know people got money. I can't blame him. They just want the luxurious. I absolutely agree with you. Renz, maybe they are comparing Bangkok, Thailand, Mumbai, India, or Saigon hotel rates. And yes, and I've been to many of those places, Renz. And even Philippines is slightly higher, but to me that it's not like a big disparity. They make it sound like it's $100 in the Philippines, is $50 in Thailand. The disparity is not that big. I've traveled to those places. They should try home cook. Yeah, anything. That's one thing. If you're gonna eat anywhere, anyway, right? If you eat anywhere in the world, home cooking is better. If you're eating at fast food places, that's not the healthiest food that you're going to be eating. Biswax, Davao City is similar. The local government tried their best. Yeah, Davao cities, they got that reputation here in the Philippines. Organized, clean, secure. Because the Duterte, that's what Duterte got elected president because of the job he did in Davao City. If you're not ready to assimilate, stay in your bubble. All right. But like I said, Michael, most of the people though, like I said, when they come here to the Philippines, the ones that end up staying and finding a good life here, A lot of the imperfections, after a while when you're living here, you don't even like, it becomes normal, you know. It's for the people that just get here, the visitors, of course. It's quite a shock, you know, if you land in Manila. You know, that's why I tell people all the time, try to land in Cebu City or Angeles City, because the minute you land in Manila, it's a shock to the senses. You know, it's like the traffic, the noise, the pollution, the smog. You know, it's like if you got asthma, don't land in Manila, man. You're gonna be in trouble, man. I got a great condo in Lapu-Lapu. You got a good choice. Like I said, Cebu City, much better. Soft landing, Daniel, than in Manila. With aircon, kitchen, huge gym and pool for a total $21 per night. I know, right? So to me, that makes sense when they call it that. Is that, you know, maybe like that, you know, the person was comparing it to Vietnam. Maybe you can get it a little cheaper than $21 a night, but you're not going to get it, you know, much lower for those amenities that you're saying, Daniel, even in Vietnam or Thailand. I've been to those countries. It's, you know, the disparity is not that big. They make it sound like I said, they make it sound like it's like half price in those areas. There are fees and entrance fees in museum, tourist spots here in the Philippines, but they charge the same to foreigners. In Bangkok, Thailand, museum, they charge. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I paid those charges when I visit other countries in Southeast Asia. Very nice, Daniel. Different rates for foreign tourists. Right on, right on. Pinay, be prepared. Some people cough or spit on the street. Oh yeah, that's common. That's common. That's hard for like new people to get used to. Coughing, spitting. You know, unfortunately, you're gonna see that. Especially in the cities here. Sometimes end up on different surfaces, but nothing compares to how Filipinos live and still happy people. You wearing Wendy's? Sure. Kumusta? Hey, Lowell, kumusta? Hey, Lowell, thank you. Thank you for the gift, man. We might not be able to eat at Rib Shack today, but I'll make sure I take Mom, Dazzle, and Leanna to Rib Shack sometime the near future. We're going to Rojas City today. We're going to Rojas City, me and Dazzle. Mabuhay. God bless. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, brother. I just got home. Oh, at the VFW. All right, all right. They have VFW here. Not here in Aklan, but in Angeles City they have VFW. In Cavite they have a VFW. I'm sure more VFW. Veteran of Foreign Wars is what VFW. Merry Christmas, Fortune Edgar. God bless. Merry Christmas, Lowell from Edgar. Merry Christmas, Lowell. The minimum wage, like California, Hawaii, $20 an hour. I saw that. I saw that California went to $20 an hour. He worked there in the U.S. I know, right there. Why you wearing Wendy's shirt? Yeah, I was an employee, a former employee of Wendy's. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. Hey, Colonel. Good morning. Merry Christmas, Colonel. Emilio, I think it's safer when you know somebody who lives there for years, like your wife. So I'm serious when you told me about build a house in Katiklan and you have your people. Exactly, right? You will save money for sure if the workers that you're gonna use to build your house are your relatives, you know, because they're not gonna overcharge you. You know, they have a pride of producing a good product because that's you know that's their reputation. You know, that's their reputation on the line. Lowell, Merry Christmas, Colonel. God bless. Focus on the country's positive than negative. Thank you, Ryan. Most people that enjoy life here in the Philippines, they focus on the positive. I think that's common anywhere you live, even in America. If you live in America, if you focus on the negative, you're not gonna like America. But there's a lot of good things in America. Like I said, any country there's pros and cons. If you're just the type of person that looks at things half empty instead of half full, I don't think you'll be happy anywhere you live. Tell me in Russian. I don't understand. I don't speak Russian. I don't speak Russian. You need to be relaxed here compared to us or Europe. Everything need time. You need to have long patience. I know, right? No, but sometimes hotel had discount cards. The more you book, the better discount. Me, I get the PWD discount now at hotels, which is nice. It's like 20% discount. Person with disability discount here. Been to over 100 cities and towns around the globe and never seen a perfect place on earth. Amen. Right? Right, Daniel? You're not going to see it. There's no perfect place. Like I said, if you focus on the negative of any area where you're at, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. If they want backpacker type, maybe they can join couch surfing group. I've heard about those couch surfing group. Members, they offer homestays. I haven't used one before, but I've heard of it. I've heard of like a couch surfer. Very few English. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's like the Philippines. It makes it easy for you to travel here or stay here because plenty of English-speaking people here. All I can say is only been 4 months that I've been here, but it was the best decision I've made in a long time to come to Calibo. Is it perfect? No, but good, friendly place to start in. And to me, Edgar, that epitomizes what the Philippines is. It's hard to find like that perfect place here. There's gonna be warts. I call them warts anywhere you go here in the Philippines. But the thing that separates the Philippines from all the other countries, all the other Southeast Asian countries, is the people. You got the friendliest people here, the most welcoming people in the world when it comes to Americans, to come to a Kano, to a Nafam, to a foreigner. You can come from Australia, you can come from Canada, you can come from anywhere. They're so welcoming here in the Philippines. Merry Christmas, Colonel Bon, Colonel in the house. Focus. My new short, yes, focus on you, brothers and sister. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Man. I love Belus's shorts that he's putting out. Good music too, man. Belus putting good music on the shorts. Check out his channel, Belus Traveler. Let's help him get more subscribers because Belus, my brother in Leyte, he does so much for his community, so much for the local people in Leyte. To me, those are he's the type of guy that those are ones that that want to succeed because he's giving it back to his community. He's not doing YouTube because to earn money. He got plenty of that. It's just he wants his YouTube to be to help his community more. American football, SpongeBob right there, SpongeBob, and Stitch. Stitch is right beside SpongeBob. Those are Dazzles. Those belong to Dazzle. Wages in California are about to increase to more than, wow, $25. Wow, man, that is high. Gas prices go up to $8. Man, I don't know how people can afford California anymore. That's just insane, man. Okay, go now. All right. Merry Christmas from Japan. All right. I wish all the happiness in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Alameda County, San Francisco. It's crazy prices, politics. Emilia, like you said, in US, you're nothing if I make 60 a year, still struggling. But there you live like a king. Yes, people here, awesome. All right. Blessed Blues. All right. Absolutely, Blues. When they increase wages, even fast food chains are so expensive. Thank you so much. Today we pass out 200 gifts to the children here. See, check that out, man. Here's Belus. He's an American coming from America. He's only been here, I think, living 5 years here in the Philippines. But look what he's doing for his community. 200 gifts for children in his community, man. So awesome, brother. So awesome. You're good people, man. You're good people. I love that calling you my brother. That's the kind of people I need in my life. I need good people in my life. God bless. God bless, Belus. Thank you, Gino. Enjoy the party tonight. All right, we will. All right, safe travels. Thank you so much. I got to the bottom finally. I got to the bottom of the I made it to the bottom, Bon. I made it to the bottom of the comments. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everyone. Dazzle and I will enjoy the party tonight. We're gonna have a good time in Roa City. Thank you so much, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Stay blessed. Stay blessed.